Okay, it's working. Had little issues with the live horizontal vertical. So, okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to this new live, dedicated to the Murhur, to the Urtindo, the long song, mostly, but kind of in general about the Murhur, about the Mongol culture. So today actually there are two persons that wrote me this week to ask some question about some songs. So hey Mister, I'm so glad. So you are here already. So I will start with your question. I mean, kind of the feedback about the melody. So today there will be one melody which was actually in the very old previous lesson, like for 5 or 6 years ago. The melody was called back then the dance of the tribe Torot, because that was kind of the information that I had back then. But then I talked with the person, the guy who taught me that melody, and he actually told me that it was not Torhut, but it was Oriental. So I'm not exactly sure which one is correct or anything. I would tend to say that it makes more sense that it's Oriental melody, because the Tarhut usually they don't play on Merhur or Ikel, they would play on Tafshur or Shans or Shodrak. So it makes more sense if it actually is Oriental, but in some, I would almost say that it sounds a little bit like Zarchin. So might need to dig a little bit more about the story behind the melody. Also, that's possible that it's a melody that was kind of like composed, or that was maybe inspired or something. So for the story behind the melody, I'm not exactly sure anymore. Because the first time I talked with the person, the guy told me that melody and he told me one story. And then I asked like last year or something, because I was going through my document and everything. I talked with him again and he told me, yeah, that's Oriange. So it kind of the same person, the same melody, but two different stories. So I'm not exactly sure which one is correct. Anyway, this melody is really nice. So I'm not exactly sure the story, the name, and everything. I would tend it sounds more maybe like Oriange. So let's see that melody. Mostly that's for you, Meister, as you asked the feedback. And then there will be another question that was asked by Kuhn about one Who like one melody of the band Who. So if Kuhn is coming on the live, I will answer directly. So for now, let's get to that other melody. So I might be tuned a little bit low. We will see. So I hope that you are still with me, Meister. So I will just play the melody one time, just so the people can also, so you guys, you can, how to say, get familiar with it. So. So that's the melody of the Torut dance, kind of as it was shown, kind of like in those very very old tutorial, kind of like lesson. Hey Bjorn, thanks for joining. So actually, instead of being the dance of the Torut, that might be dance of the Orienche. Actually, the Tatlak, one one Tatlak of the Orienche. So for the, I would say, for the melody, so I will just put the camera down a little bit because the accent is quite important. So basically the bow is kind of very linear, so and the accent need to be kind of like strong. If the accent is a little bit too soft, then the melody will lose a little bit of its touch, kind of. So that's for the beginning. So if I play so that's kind of like the real tempo. So I will play it a little bit more slowly so you can see how it works. So we start directly on the note. So oh, that's super hard slow motion. Wait. Maybe a little bit from the side so you can also have an idea of what's going on with those fingers. So that's kind of the slow motion. So that should be enough to put you back in the right track. I think, Mister. Tell me what you think. Do you need a little bit more info or something? And the second part is actually pretty easy. So it can be like 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, or 1, 2, 3, 4, as you wish. It's a little bit better to keep the same accent, the same bowing as the main melody. So that's kind of like that. So I think that you pretty much had the good. The left hand was pretty okay, I think, but I think the accent was a little bit off on the bow. So that was making the melody sound a little bit different. But that was already like a 90% correct. So I hope that this should help a little bit. Okay, so I don't know if Kuhn is there or not. I don't think he's there. Yeah, I don't think he's there. So let's wait a little bit. If he comes, he asked like some information about one melody of the band Who. I don't remember the name of the song. I just checked today very quickly to see how it goes. That was pretty easy, so hopefully will come so I can show him that. So let's get into some long song, actually. Let's start with Shar Talentsik, starting from Do position. So that was Shar Tadinsek. Actually, there is something very interesting with the part of the Shoronha. This one. I like that. Actually, a lot of people play it like that. But I like to actually play it closer to what the singer does. So normally the thing is that it's kind of to differentiate with other songs, because that's this pattern. This comes a lot. So kind of to really have this specific genre for this song. So basically we're not going like da, da, we kind of keep it and not like so it's kind of like to differentiate a little bit that. So I like that. Oh, I think that Kyun just came up. Hey Kyun, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. My lesson was great. Singing was good. I extended my range a little bit again today. So that was pretty cool. I had some indication for songs that I'm working on right now. So that was also pretty cool. And I took a bit of time to check the video you sent me about the Who band, like this song. I don't remember the name. So if you have the name of the song, maybe you can share in the chat. So I can show you a little bit how it goes. So first of all, we need to tune the instrument in fifth and not in quarter. So and not in fourth. So it starts like that. So that's the tuning. So the beginning until the nay. So that's, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I saw from the video, that was something like that. Went bad, sorry. Something like that. So I'm probably tuned way lower than what they have in the video you showed me. Might be like a 1 or 2 tone lower, and I'm playing a little bit more slowly than them. So I think they're playing more like something like that. Again. Something like that. So didn't I actually, that was the first time I heard that song when you sent me this morning. So I did not have the time. I mean, I did not take the time to learn all the song, but the beginning was very easy to get. So I got that. So So yeah, that's I think that's correct, right? Should be pretty close to what Rada is doing. So well, I can show you now a little bit in slow motion or something, so you can get to play it as well, because that's super simple. Um, so actually, something that Gala is doing is playing the ornament like the beginner. So normally we don't play the ornament like that. So he plays it like that. Normally we don't play it like that. That's kind of how it's been taught for kids. So I'm not saying that to put him down or anything. That's just not really the traditional way to play this ornament. So I don't know if he's aware of it or if he's actually willing to play it like that, because it actually changed the sound quite a lot. So normally it should be played like this actually. So it would give more like this horse style. But usually for beginner, we kind of suggest to try it like that, because that's way easier, and that allows someone that is starting with the melody to kind of get into this horse rhythm. So that's much easier to do just like that than doing that. So usually for the beginning, we kind of start like that eventually, and then we do the real thing later. So that's the thing that you might have seen that I'm doing a little bit differently. So yeah, actually, I think that other Horch, Inxara is also doing it like that. So I know that most people in the city, they tend to do that because that's how it's taught in class or something in school. But when we are going to the countryside and when we kind of start to reach and touch more traditional stuff, they kind of tend to have this very different. I mean, you can hear it's not the same sound. So this is just like a puck, and this is really like there is the ground, the grass, and the dirt that is flying with the hooves, right? With that just like, yeah, slapping, like doing the click kind of. So you can eventually start with that, but I would suggest kind of to try to do it the real thing, because the sound would be much richer. So that's just for the accent, in case you are like, hey, but the guy from the Who is doing this, and why is Steve is doing something different. So that was just to give you a little bit of insight. So again, I don't know if it's on purpose doing the slapping, or if it just like it doesn't know or something. I don't know. So well, whatever. So that was for the only is pinky make contact with the string. Well, yeah, that's kind of like something like that. Kind of slapping with the not the full hand, of course, more like the few last, the pinky ring finger kind of. So it's kind of like this movement, but again, that's not really what it's supposed to be, because that's kind of this movement with that. So that would be more this thing that needs to get out. Anyway, that's just the detail from the melody. Yeah, where it goes. Okay. So then, so you have like, I will do it like that then. So it's maybe closer. So. something like that. In the video, that's pretty small, and I was checking on my phone, so this might be a little bit different from what it's doing, but that should be pretty close, because from the movement of his hand, I think that's what it does. So something like that. So the movement of Burhan is different because the movement of Burhan we are on the string to begin with, but is attacking the string in the middle of the bowing. So that's quite different in from what I saw. So Burhan that would be like that. So there is a similarities. Just the thing is that we are starting from the empty string, and then we start attacking the string with the first finger, and then almost at the same time, maybe with a little bit of delay. So that's where it's getting close to the Burhan Shahrin movement. So first, the bow around the middle, attack with the first finger, and then almost at the same moment we kind of put the accent with the pinky. So that's like that. So that's kind of the first thing like that. So in a way, you are kind of right. Basically, it's kind of like yeah, no, that's a little bit different still. Yeah, no, because the Burgenschein after actually the ornament of the little finger is coming in the opposite of the tempo of the first finger. I don't know if I'm clear. So see. So basically it's like first finger, pinky, first finger, pinky, first finger, pinky for Burgenschein after. And the first finger is kind of staying on the string. When it comes to the song of the Who, the finger is not on the string on the beginning, then it attacks, and to kind of ornament and to accentuate kind of this attack of the first finger, then you put this accent that is coming just a little bit after the moment the first finger is dropping. Because if I don't put this accent, that would be super dual, like something like that. Then with the accent. So that's kind of to give a little bit of groove, little bit of like I don't know, decoration or something. So that's really really cool. So yeah, it's almost like the two fingers are almost at the same time. Well, not exactly the different. Okay, I will show you again. So for Burgenschein Avdal, see, the finger is directly on the string. Then it's gonna be like a ping pong between the first finger and the little finger, like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right. But when it comes to the song of the Who, it's kind of like, I don't know, gra 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 and gra and gra and da, something like that. See, da. So it's really like those fingers are coming together. And then on the other moment of the tempo, the fingers are totally out of the string. So 1 and, see, it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so the two fingers are together. It's kind of the difference. The notes are more together. Well, in the Who version, basically the ornament is coming with the first finger. In Burhan Shahini Avdal, it's first finger, then ornament, first finger, then ornament. So that's kind of the note, it's the tempo is different. So that's for the first part. So is it clear? I hope it's clear like that. So again. Okay, so if it's clear, then we can move to the next part, which is oh. Actually, is it like, yeah, okay. So what, I don't know if it does that, but I think it does. It's actually like making the accent on the bow as well. Let me try without it. Or with the accent on the bow. Yeah, that for the accent, I'm not totally. Yeah, I think it does not do the accent actually. It sounds more rude with the accent. Actually, I think it's doing plain bowing. So yeah, that would be easier. So, but he might actually. I did not check all the videos, so maybe he's doing it later. Or with the next things or something, or maybe he's doing with just the normal accent, but he's not doing the wavy. That would need a little bit of double checking again. So yeah, I'm doing the wavy accent because I'm playing Tatlar all the time, so this is really coming naturally. But you might want to cut it off, and just keep the clean bowing. So just like one boom in the accent, and not like whoa whoa. So okay. Okay, I will try to do with plain bowing then, but it's kind of groovy, so I want to give like the waving on the bow. So well, that's super easy. Oh. And you're good. So show the movement from a side angle? The movement of the the movement of the hand. I don't know which song it is, but I think that's also a song of the Who. What song is that? What song is that? Can you tell me, Kyun, like this? So back to the maybe I will do some actually that would be funny to do a potpourri of all the riff of the Who on in one big improvisation or something. I don't know their music well enough. That would be fun actually. So back to the this other song which you asked. So the other angle for this hand, right? The bow is pretty simple. Okay. Tell me if that's that if maybe I will close up a little bit. Give me a second. Oobah. Maybe I can do a fifth improvisation with some stuff. So yeah, me neither. Bjorn. Gee, what have I done? So well, if you are happy, I'm happy as well. So was this enough? Is it clear enough? Does it help? Is it like giving you the information that you needed? That should be fine. So yeah, that's pretty pretty funny. Actually, that made me play this melody in fifth. Actually, the sound, maybe you are aware of it, but the sound is really different on this melody now. So I actually played in fifth for a while today because I was playing this little thing of the Who. Some sliding element in the beginning, but just an add-on. It also some sliding. Oh, really? I did not pay attention to that to the beginning. Maybe something like that. From the bottom or from the top? I should check back again. I did not I did not pay attention to that. Actually, I think they play higher. Yeah. I'm really low. I'm for sure. I'm like I think I'm at least 2 tones lower. They play way higher than that. They may be like. That's gonna be difficult to eat those two. But yeah, they're definitely higher. So yeah, just like a little bit of fun. Okay, it's like after the two finger motion, they slide a couple knot down, and it's like a very back and forth motion, and they go back to the two finger motion. You need to see it visual because it's probably a rock metal add-on to the whole. Is it like a something like that? I did not see something. Maybe there's stuff like that. Yeah, basically, I don't know if it was like. Actually, there is one song which is. So the two finger motion, they slide down to the metal ornament and then go back. I think it's probably rock metal. Two slide. Something like that. That was something made by Chinsock actually originally. Something like that, a little bit. I cannot really do it that well, but is also there is like a, what was it? Something. So yeah, it's like actually. Actually, this technique, kind of like a falsetto, that's pretty ancient. They were using it they're super old time. But this kind of like a something like that. Kind of like the Shinitsok signature. But there is one song actually like that. Okay, let me. I'm not exactly. I don't know exactly. I don't remember the exact melody, but that's something like that. Let me think for a second. That's a, okay, okay. Ah. Ah, Yule. Hey, something like that. So yeah, that's super old. That's super old. That's at least 100 years old for sure. That was actually played by a guy named Sanduran. He was called Qev Janan. So that's what you call the Janan Har. It's one of the billion version of the Janan Har. So some people call the Hatar Janan Har, Qev Janan. It's like this Jonan has billion version, and this I'm not playing it. It's let's say maybe 70% the same, but I'm it just coming. So it's not 100% the same, but the overall idea is something like that. And there is another version also that is using this kind of falsetto technique. That's something like that. Let's see if I remember, like out of the blue. um, eh. Okay, okay, okay. Eh. Again. Yule. Something like that. It's like no practice or anything, just from what I remember. But there is more things actually in this tatlar. It's actually one tatlar was called Ratlarjonen. It was from, I think, if I remember correctly, Bayern, and the guy who played it first was called Ritna, something like that. And actually, he had a hand with some issues, so he was playing like this. And there is a lot of super awesome things in his version of this tatlar. This is kind of like a condensed and sum up version, but he's actually doing those falset are kind of like the wind while we are galloping in with the horse and everything, and he's actually making something with like a 3 or 5 decorations. So it's kind of like a horse that is going through the stones and galloping through various terrain and everything. So definitely this is super cool tatla, and he actually used this little bit like what you call the rock metal thing in some area, but very soft because it was old. But the idea is super close to those very interesting thing, falsetto and stuff. So I've heard that playing the light screeching sound is only performed by the best horse, because having the bow on the string making barely contact is very hard to do. Is this true? Well, I don't know. Yeah. I think that if someone told you that, that was probably out of arrogance. Kind of like to say, hey, I can do this falsetto, but you can't, so I'm the best, and you're just like not that good. Because no, it's not that hard. Actually, it's actually pretty easy to do. Those falsetto, basically, to give you a super short insight on what it is. When you want to do falsetto on the melodies, just like on any stringed instrument, you don't push the string super hard. You are super soft. So basically, if I do that, oh, I should have used this one. I'm not changing the bow that much, but just the fact that I'm being super light on the string, it's gonna ring in an harmonic directly, magically, without effort. The thing is, the thing that is hard kind of with those falsetto is that you really need to be on spot. If I make a comparison with the guitar, basically you have an harmonic on the third, on the fifth, on the seventh, and on the 12th fret. So if you just barely touch the string on top of the fret on a guitar and then you scratch, then you will have harmonic, natural harmonic that comes directly on the guitar. So on the motherboard, that's the same. So you have 3. So that's the equivalent of the fret number 3, 5, 7, 12. So that's just the same. So what is difficult is to actually find the spot because there is no fret, there is no mark, there is nothing. But once you have the spot, then that's super easy to make the falsetto. So no, that's not just that's not a technique that is only doable by the chosen one of the Mongol god or anything. You know, it's super simple. So yeah. So that's for the left hand. When it comes to the bowing, actually, if you're a little bit softer and then you tend to go a little bit closer to the bridge, that's also gonna be easier to do. That's gonna sound a little bit better. So for example, see, I'm not touching anything, just the fact that I'm being solid on the normal position, the ring gonna ring, the string gonna ring normally. And if I kind of go closer to the bridge and I kind of lose it up, I'm not forcing anymore on the bow, I'm just sliding the bow on it, it's gonna ring like a harmonic directly. So for example, now I'm pushing and then so very easy. You can be a chosen one too. But yeah, really, I think that the person who told you that, I don't know who is he or she, but I'm pretty sure it's out of arrogance, not like a real feeling, because that's not hard. You can do it for sure. I mean, if you can play that, then you can do harmonic, that's for sure. You can do this technique. So yeah. I hope that answer the question. That's wow, that's been an hour already and we only played one with Tindo. What happened? But yeah, I'm a little bit in a I'm a little bit in the maybe in the how to say, in the Tatlach mood today. Yeah, I mean, Shine is super good. I mean, Shine is like, technically, there is nothing to say. It's awesome. This, like, glisten slide something is really, really, that's hard. I mean, to master this, like, movement and stuff, like, that's really complicated because it's, you really put a lot of effort to do that. Not everyone can do this nicely as him. I mean, that's his thing. Really, like this, like something like that. I cannot do it, but I have the idea, but not, of course, I'm a billion years, light years from him. So that's really difficult, because the thing is that I think he really knows the notes and where to hit. So he really put a lot of care and a lot of attention to that. So that's hard, but this, if I can do it, anyone can do it. So that's super easy. But yeah, Shine is great. I mean, he's super good. He's really, really good. Of time in music thing might seem hard when maybe they're not. A lot of times in music things might seem hard when maybe they are not. Yeah, might be. Yeah, I don't know. Thing is this, um I mean, the murder is a little bit weird, maybe. The technicality of the murder, so a lot of things are kind of not that difficult technically, but to make them ring really well, that require it's a lot of feeling, kind of, I would say. But that, I mean, that's pretty similar to a lot of instrument. But yeah, maybe a little bit harder on murder than on the piano. Not talking about the piano. Um, but yeah, yeah. I mean, murder is awesome. So, what do you think we should do now? It's been an hour. Shall we play some Urtindo, or there's something about your murder and its unique head and meaning, unless you really want to play an Urtindo? Ah, well, yeah, I mean, I talked about this murder a little bit before, but I talked about the reparation I did on this metaphor. I did not talk about the meaning actually. I'm not sure I talked about the meaning yet. So well, this metaphor is a metaphor I made. I made it in 2017, so it's almost 7 years old now. It's been with me since then. I did not cheat on it. I don't know how you want to say. But yeah, I must admit I played ikel a little bit, but that's a little bit of another instrument. But yeah, I'm not playing anything else. I'm not touching any other motherhood except when it is to make a test video. So about the head, a lot of people are intrigued about this head. Actually, it's two horse. So you have one horse here and you have a second one here. You can see like that. And those two horses are galloping side by side. So when we are seeing them from the side, that gives this idea. Oops, yeah, like one horse is here and the second horse is here, like that. So that was made. Actually, there was a sculpture that was called Turu Erek. So that's kind of like the horse that are winning the competition of the horse racing of the Nadam. And the name of the sculptor was, let me think a little bit because that's super long ago. I think that was Rambalt, Enkwalt. I might mix. I think it was Rambalt. Yeah. So that was actually his sculpture, but he only made the head like that. So it was not on a motherboard, but that was a super huge head, like maybe a meter or something. I saw it real only once, I think, was green. It was super awesome, super sharp and super, I would say like minimalist and super awesome. So 7 years ago, I really wanted a skin-fronted instrument. Was super hard to find. I bought back then. I had bought like three, and the three I was not satisfied. Was not good. I was not what I was looking for. So after a while, I was okay. I'm just gonna try to make one. So I went to a model maker called Morin Khuur. So I talked with him to make a model in leather. So he was not too crazy at the idea of making a skin-fronted instrument. So actually back then I ordered two instruments, one in skin-fronted, one in wood, because I thought that I would go mixing the modern music with with wooden instrument and the ancestral traditional music with the skin fronted. In the end, I only used the skin fronted one, and the wooden one I sold it. So back then he was making the wooden fronted instrument, and on the side, kind of as his apprentice, I made this one. So of course he fixed the little issue that the mistakes and stuff that I made, but I mostly did like maybe 70% or 90% of this instrument. So that's for the story of the making. Then the head, actually, when we decided to make a skin fronted instrument, the idea was to kind of try to do something a little bit unique, because the wooden front is kind of like classical music, so it kind of has standard and stuff like that. But the leather fronted is more like traditional, so it's more freestyle, it's more open. There was like many kind of head, many kind of shapes and stuff, so they're a little bit more open. So actually, the sculptor was a friend of Munhu, or maybe not a friend, but at least they knew each other. So when Munhu saw this head, he suggested to me that we make an instrument with this head. So I was like, okay, why not? Let's see how it goes. So then we did this head. So the idea behind the head, as said before, there is two horse galloping side by side. So why only one pair of here? I mean, if there would be two, that would be really weird. That would, I mean, like shape wise, that would be a little bit strange. But as Munku said, maybe the idea would have to have only one pair of ear standing like that, but having the second pair of ear kind of sculpted like here or something. So they have the two horse have the ears, so something like that. But yeah, that was better to have only one pair here for the design and stuff like that. Then for the main, the side which is on the outside, which is looking to the nature, kind of the side of the nature, there is the main full. So the first meaning is that as it's what most people will see when if they are watching me play, that's the side which is a little bit more decorated. But the idea is also more like it's the stallion, because the stallion they have the main which is full. So the stallion is on the side of the nature. It's kind of like in the wild, and on the other side you can see the mane is clean. So it's kind of like it was how to say, took off. So it's kind of like my horse, we could say like that. So the it's not wild, it's my own mount, we could say like that, and this is on my side. So that's for the head. Then the wood here, it's rosewood here as well, rosewood here too. Here there was wood, but it broke, so I put like a leather instead. Before there was a sound post, then I took the sound post off. So that's how actually the sound become billion times better. For I don't know why, how, but that's kind of the magic that happened. So yeah, and this wood, actually the rosewood was coming from a temple, from a Buddhist temple. It was actually it was leftover of wood from a statue or something. So the temple, they trashed it because they did not add use of the wood anymore. And like 15 or 20 years ago, Mongol, he actually saw it, and he bought it, or he got it from the temple. So it's actually wood that was dedicated for Buddhist sculpture or something, for temple, Buddhist temple or something. So the wood is super good. Actually, this wood is really, really good. And when we were carving it, the smell was like, wow, divine, kind of like a cinnamon wood or something, super, super sweet, and like perfume and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the story of this little baby. And yeah, there is the bow as well, which I made a little bit later. And this is also the same Buddhist kind of like a wood. Well, yeah, actually, I was thinking of changing this instrument like 2 months ago. because I was getting deep in the urtindo, in the long song. I was starting to sing. I'm starting to sing. Maybe you saw in the previous live, and the sound was a little bit too stiff in my taste. So I was starting to think to change this instrument, to try to find a very old Mongol metal or something. And that was a little bit hard for me because I made this instrument. I went 7 years for that. With this instrument, and changing it is like heartbreaking, really. So I was like, okay, how can I change the sound? How can I make the sound deeper? Uh, get kind of take the treble out, make them lower, and put the bass higher, and have something warmer, something close to what were done before. So I was trying to change the position of the bridge. And one time I was practicing with a long song singer, and I was like, okay, can you check? Because when I play, well, I play, the sound is directly to me, but I don't hear it from afar. So I asked that singer to actually tell me which sounded better. So I start to move the bridge a little bit higher, play a little bit, the bridge a little bit lower, and then the sound post fell. And then I was like, oh no, because with this instrument, to put the sound post back, I need to take out the neck and put the sound post from here, because the hole on the side are too small to put the tool, or to put the sound post. I need to put it from here. That's the only way. So I was like, okay, I don't have the tool right now, so I'm gonna just play without sound post for the practice time, and I will put the sound post back when I get home with the tools and everything. And then I start to play without the sound post, and the singer was like, "Hey, what did you do? That sounds crazy. That sounds super deep, and the sound is going through. It's like the echo is better or something." And I was like, "Oh, really?" Then I play a little bit, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's crazy. I feel the vibration differently and everything." So in the end, I was like, okay, the sound post is in my bag, but I did not put it back. So I was a little bit concerned because, as you can see, maybe you see that normally the sound post is here, and now it's getting in a little bit. You see, it's not parallel anymore. So it's really getting down, getting in, like it's pushing to the leather. So no, it's not gonna go through, but it might go down. So I will have to adjust the bridge a little bit. I'm waiting a little bit that it's getting stable, and then I will adjust the bridge, so it's maybe 1 foot of the bridge a little bit smaller, keep the other one a little bit higher. So in the end, that's gonna kind of align the string a little bit better. And so the sound is much better for me, for my taste, much deeper. I hope that you can hear in the live. Hopefully there is a different. The sound is a little bit more pleasing to the ear. The only thing is that now I have a wolf note in sol bemol, G flat. So it's like a F G. So fa dièse, F sharp, G flat. I have a wolf note, so it's like a. So I kind of need to work on that a little bit, so the wolf note disappear. So yeah, that's kind of the story of the Morin. I know that feeling. Already dropped my samples twice with side hold instead of F hole. Yeah, on the F hole I have here, it's kind of like my design. So I took the idea from a ornament, a Mongol ornament of the Badam Tsitsek, which is the lotus flower, but it's a little bit. It was kind of on a circle, so making a circle, that was a little bit weird. So I changed it, a few things, and I stretched it up so it would give more volume something. But yeah, definitely the sound post is barely going through, so that's super complicated. But no, normally the hole on the motherboard is a little bit bigger, and the space is a little bit bigger as well, so normally that should be fine, but still a little bit tricky and not as easy as it is with the F hole. So yeah, there is no sound post on this instrument. And instead I will drop it my sound. Yeah, the sound post dropping like this moment you play and it's like clack 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 clack. And it's like, oh no. Especially on wooden instrument, that's horrible. I hate this sound. This sound is like no. So yeah. Yeah, super nice, super deep. So yeah, that was a lot of talk today actually. So do you want to go through some Urtindo, or should we call it a day, or do you have another question? Maybe, I don't know. Also kind of working fourth. Okay. Let's see. Let's play. Urtindo. So that's I think there were one or two questions. Let me check. Could you play a bit of Tumenakti Turgun? Oh my god, I know you're not very experienced with it, but maybe an improvisation. Haha. Yeah, no. I wish, but no. Tumenakti Turgun just. How does it start? I don't even know how it started actually. I don't even know how this song start. Gee. Yeah, no, sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't know how it started. I'm not sure I even ever played it. Might have played like a billion years back. Yeah, I don't remember. The bow eating the string. It starts with the bow eating the string. Like that. I don't remember. Gee, why I don't remember this song, how it started. I'm so sorry. As for the horse playing. Ah! Something like that. Ah, yeah, yeah. It's been so long. Yeah. Yeah, I have some piece somewhere in the dust. Yeah, I really don't remember. G. Sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. Oh, see ya, Bjorn. The inner, the inner Shinsak is coming out. Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, I kind of have maybe some pieces there, but yeah, the Jatmhar, Tumenakni, Turgung. There is a few other pieces like I really like never play them, so I kind of have them in my head very in a very dusty form, but also like those or it's really something I almost never play, so it's not really in my arm anymore. That's a little bit there because I played this kind of stuff like maybe 7 years back, but at least last 5 years it's almost mostly tatlak and mostly urtindo. So yeah, those are very 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 dusty. And yeah, if I play it, it's gonna be dirty, like super dirty. But I can maybe yeah, I don't know, it's like kind of speedy things. And actually, this balching here is there is like a there is one melody with this balching here, which really gives this feeling of drunkenness, of alcohol. Let me see if I can remember. That's tricky. Normally that's played on the ekel, so on the motherboard that's a little bit interesting. But yeah, that's actually one version of the balchin here. And the balchin here is actually, balchin is a guy that lost very, I will just talk about it very super soft, very short, sorry. So balchin is a guy that had a horse that was a hare. And the parents of this guy were pretty rich. Then he went with his grandparents that were really rich because the parents passed. Then, unfortunately, the grandparents, they passed as well. So he was like super loaded with money. But he had an issue with alcohol. So he was drinking a lot, spending all his money for kind of party and stuff like that. And one day, one master from the countryside a little bit far away heard about this guy and heard about his horse, which was very special, spectacular, super fast, super good. So the rich guy from far came, met the balchin, and kind of challenged him with some words and stuff, and he was making him drinking, so they might have played a game or something, and Balchin lost his awesome horse, so he lost everything, all his good, all his belongings and everything, and the last thing he had was the horse, so he kind of gave it to drink more. So this melody is also very interesting because it gives this very like wow, not being able to walk straight, and kind of like it really feel like the drunkenness in the melody. So that's also a very interesting version. So yeah, I mean, just came. So maybe one last, because it's an hour and a half, so maybe one last song, one last Urtindo. Just checking if someone had a comment or something. And your provision of the horse rhythm has helped quite a lot. The motion for me is there, but no, it's just keeping it consistent. Yeah, okay. Well, good. I'm glad. Feel free to actually post a video or something if you require feedback or something. I'm always happy to share. So I will play Textan Kusel as finishing song for today. So just one stanza to make it short. To make it short, my French just came on. To make it short. so so that's actually Textan Roussel is really amazing song. I'm not gonna talk about it now because it would take a lot of time. But maybe next time I will see. Actually, I'm there is something in Urtindo which is called a turtlik. So you can kind of understand it as a chorus in Western music. So you have the stanza, chorus, something like that. But the thing is that the chorus in the Urtindo is usually sang by everyone in the room, and it's the same chorus within one tribe or something like that, just to make it very simple. So basically what I want to do is to sing the Textan Roussel, there is six stanza, sing the sixth stanza, and finish with one super meaningful chorus, one super meaningful turtlik. So I'm practicing that. Actually, I had one or two, but they were not really working, connecting with the song that well. It was super weird to play on the motherboard and everything. So today with my teacher, I asked and I said, yeah, but something is weird and it's not really working that well and all that. So today we kind of like tried and stuff. So now it's kind of set. So I don't know, maybe next week or maybe not, I don't know. I'm also practicing another song, which is also super awesome, which is called Hor Magne. Same idea, same style of Textan Roussel, of the one I just sang. And it also has like this kind of like thing between the stanzas. So I'm practicing that at the moment. So maybe if you guys want, next time I can give you some explanation or details about this Textan Roussel song. So and sing it like full, like six stanza and the finishing energy, something. So yeah. So yeah, actually, I just started to play, and then it's okay. I cannot play without singing. I need to sing. So I just played one stanza, but yeah, next time I will sing everything. So yeah, thanks, Kyun. Thanks for the comment. I hope the voice is fine and the motherhood and things are getting together. First time was a little bit messy, but I think it's starting to mix together and sound kind of a little bit okay. So I really try my best practicing a lot and feel a lot and all that. So yeah. So well, that's it for today. I hope that it was fruitful, that it was useful, that you learned a lot, or at least a bit. So if you want to learn the moment of advertisement, so if you want to learn the motherhood, feel free to check the video on the YouTube. There is a bunch, a few hundreds. If you want something structured in details, you can use the videos on the website ourol.com, uuguul.com. So there is almost 100 video structured in chapter with details and everything. You can have your account, come back and check and all that. So it's pretty user friendly. So you can use that as well. You can join the Discord if you have questions and everything. So definitely feel free to use the resource to learn the motherboard, hopefully to learn a little bit more traditional version, but feel free to play and enjoy and have fun with your instrument, whatever the style you play. Everyone is welcome, and if you need advice, feel free to ask. I'm always happy to share what I know. So that's for the motherboard. For the upcoming content, So I know I say that a little bit in each live, but the next song, Autumn Guidale, is like 99%. There is only two sentences I'm struggling to translate in the first stanza. That's a little bit tricky. But normally that should come by next week. So hopefully, I wanted to release it this month, but the translation was really complicated. I got new information and stuff. So we are out of the six stanza. We translated five, which are pretty good in my opinion. I'm pretty satisfied with it. The first stanza is a little bit tricky because it's super deep and it's really in the Mongol philosophy, and in English that's tricky to translate. So it took a little bit of a little bit more time than I imagined, but it's almost like it's almost there. So normally the next week the song Gordon Guitarda should be released. Also, for the language lesson, actually, if you are watching this live and you are interested into learning the Mongol language and most specifically the Mongol script, so the vertical script, please contact me by on Discord or on Facebook eventually. I will need 2 or 3 person to kind of like test the lesson. So I will give the lesson for free and you can have the content for free, but in exchange you need to kind of like give me your feedback on what you feel about the lesson, if it's clear, if it's unclear, if it's too fast, if it's like whatever. I need a feedback from someone who doesn't know the language at all. I need like this kind of feedback to release the lesson. So the first chapter is actually it's actually in review, so it's finished, but it's in review from the editor I'm working with my also like a language teacher. We are like kind of like proofreading the content. So normally this coming months, the first chapter will be released for sure. That was the most difficult chapter because it's not the Mongol script, it's the Cyrillic. So that was super complicated because we are more in the Mongol script than in the Cyrillic. So now that this is done, the next thing gonna flow much more easily for us because that's what we are more into it into. So that's gonna be much easier. So well, that's for the lesson. And what else? And yeah, I think that's it. Like the next Urtindo translation should be back in the next week. Should be out in the next week. Hopefully, I will make maybe 2 or 3 posts from my previously translated text, and the lesson, and that's kind of it. And also, kind of important, if you want to support the website, if you want to support me and the people that are working with me, there is 3 person, so we are 4. If you want to support what we do and help us keep going forward and sharing the content and everything, you can make a subscription, you can make a donation on the website. That's super, 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 super welcome. Definitely super useful. Even if it's $1, $2, $3, $5 a month, everything is super welcome. So please make a subscription on the website to support this content, support the release of the content, and support us keep going. So that being said, I think that's it for today. Thanks a lot for joining. I hope again that you enjoyed this live, that it was nice. So feel free to like and share. And well, have a good week, have a good practice, and see you next Saturday. So bye bye.